Hello and welcome back to Good Chicken Teaching Resources. Today we're going to do a quick introduction to Google Forms and how to set one of those up. So to start, you're going to have to open a form document. And I like to do that through my Drive, so I'm going to go over here to New. And then I'm going to go to More and click on Google Forms. Once the form has loaded, you can title your form. I am just going to do example form. And if you notice, to make your title here, the title there, I just clicked on it and it brought it over. And then if you want, you can enter a description. So I am going to just put in how to create forms for my description. All right, so let's start by adding questions. There are multiple types of question types. There's multiple choice. You can do short answer, paragraph, check boxes, drop down options. You can do a scale and grids, as well as you can set your questions to only accept a date or a time. So if you were using your form to schedule conferences or something, setting date and time slots would on your questions would be helpful. All right, so I'm just going to leave this on multiple choice. Oh, it actually went to drop down. I'm going to put it back on multiple choice. And I am going to type in a question. What does a cat say? Really simple question. All right, and then I'm going to put in our option. Bark, moo, meow, and oink. All right, so I have put in my 4 questions. Now you have some options down here at the bottom. The trash can, of course, means to delete it. You can duplicate a question. So I like to do this if I'm doing tons of questions that are the same format. I like to just duplicate them several times and then go in and change the information because I find that easier. But before I do that, I like to turn on the required thing, which it is turned on. And this function just makes sure that people can't submit the form until they've answered those questions. So if you want to make sure a question gets answered, you need to turn this on. I tend to always turn this on for all my questions, especially when I'm giving an assignment to students, because they tend to like to skip over things or might accidentally skip over things. But you might, if you're doing a questionnaire or something and you have a question that only pertains to certain people, you would want to turn that off. And then by turning this on before I hit duplicate, it keeps that setting. It keeps that required setting there. So now I have another question. Let's say I don't want to make it multiple choice. I'm going to make it short answer. It changes it for you. And I'm just going to change my question to, what is your favorite animal? And there I have a second type of question. That's the basic of how you create questions. Now you do have this toolbar over here that has some other really cool features to it. You can add a question from there really quickly and it puts a question in. You can hit select form, and if there's another form you want to use, like you want to make another copy of it and you can want to import it, you can do it that way. Add title and description. This allows you to create maybe multiple sections on your form. Maybe you want like a general information section, and then you want a section about, their students' preferences on how to learn or different things. You can just add different sections. So section 2. And then put in a description, blah, blah, whatever it is. You can add images into a form. So, for example, I can go over here to Google image search. I can look up an image of a cat, insert it from that search. There's my image. I can title it, "This is a cat." And then let's say I want to put it up here with the question about a cat, because I want to make sure my students know what I'm talking about when I put cat. I can just drag it up here so it's above that question. Another option I would have for that is I could actually input that photo inside of the question. So again, I would go to Google image search. I could insert another picture of a cat directly into that question, as well as you can insert images into your answer choices as well. Other options that you have over here is you can add a YouTube video. So I could search a YouTube video up, animal sounds, and then I could, insert that video and have them watch it before they begin the activity. So you have a lot of options in here of things you can do. Something that I think would be a really great activity to do if you're doing blended teaching is either an introductory or a closer, is to put a video about what it is you're talking about in here, and then giving students short answer questions that they could fill out about the topic and about what they've learned. It's a good way to just kind of do a quick temperature check of what the kids have gotten. And then this last one creates a section. I clicked it here, so it ends my section here. And what creating a section does is when we go to look at what this looks like for someone doing the form, when you create a new section, it takes it to a new page. It splits it into a new page. So that video is the first section, and then we have the rest of it is in our second section because of how we did it. So those are all the tools and things you can use, all the things you can import. Oh, one more thing. We're going to do one more question type here. I'm going to add a question. If you look here, you also have one that says file upload. Let respondents upload files to Drive. Files will be uploaded to the form owner's Google Drive. Respondents will be required to sign in when the file upload questions are added to a form. So make sure you only share this form with people you trust. So what this allows you to do, you're going to hit continue, is it allows you to accept documents through a form. So you can allow only specific types. You can turn that on and off. So let's say I only want images. I can click that. I can limit the number of files someone can upload. I can limit the size of the file. And I can write a question like, send a photo of your pet. And then they can upload a photo of their pet and it will come directly to me. And like it said in the description, it will require them to log into their Google account or their email so you know where these files are coming from. So those are all the options you have on your forms here, all the things you can do. So now we're going to go and we're going to take a quick look at how to customize your form and how to make it look a certain way, because this is the generic way it looks when you open it up. So we're going to go here to the little art palette, and it says theme options, and this allows you to do some customization. You can go to choose image, and they give you all these different types of images you can pick from to add to your form. If you find one you like, you can just click on it, insert, and it uploaded the theme, and then it gives you, you can change the theme color, which changes this part, and it actually will customize and give you suggested colors based off the image you've picked, or you can add your own. You can change the background color, which is this one here. Again, it gives you some options. And then you also can change the font style. All right, there are 4 basic font styles, so you can change it to whatever font style you want if you don't like the default. Another option you have with theme is you don't have to pick one from that they provide, but you can upload your own. So if you want to, you can create your own banners for your quizzes. So I'm going to go to browse because I've created one. I'm going to go to my desktop, and that is the one I am pretty sure I want. There is my banner that I have created, and again, it gives me different colors suggestions based off the color in my banner, so I can select whichever ones I want. If you want to create your own banner, the pixel size you need is going to be 1600 by 400 pixels, and this allows you to create your own. You can take photos that you already have, and you can condense them down or blow them up to this size, and you have it there. There's a couple ways you can make these. You can use Google Draw, or I use Canvana.com. You can see it here, my toolbar up here, to create a lot of my images. I use the free account. I get different backgrounds, different images, clip arts that I can use, and you can set your sizes there. So there's a few different ways you can create your own header. All right, the last section I want to go over with y'all today is we're going to take a look at the settings. So that's that little gear at the top. And the first page you have is journal settings, and you have different options here. If you want to know if you want to know for sure who's filling out your form, you can force it to collect an email address, so you see what email address it came from. And then you can also give the respondents a receipt so they can see what they recorded after the fact. If it's assignment and you want to limit your students to 1 responses, you can do that here. Notice it says require sign-in. So if you're going to limit responses, they're going to have collect the email address on. And then you can also allow your respondents to edit after submission or see summary charts and text responses. So edit after submission would allow them to, if they didn't finish a form, they could go back in and edit it or change it later. And then the see summary charts and text responses allows them to actually see responses from other people. So if it's like a yes/no question, I'll pull up a pie chart and show them those kind of things. I tend to like to collect email responses, and I tend to limit to 1 response. Is how I normally set my settings, but you do it however it fits with what you need it to do. The presentation tab is where you're setting up your options of how you would like it seen. So would you like them to see a progress bar so they know how much more they have to fill out? Do you want to shuffle the question order? I would tend to do this on assignments or quizzes because then it's not as easy to cheat because they're getting them in different orders. But again, depends on the assignment. And show link to submit another response. Do you want them to be able to respond more than once? And then confirmation message. This is what comes up when they have submitted the form and you have a default there, your response has been recorded, but you can change that to say whatever you would like it to say. And then the last option you have is the quiz option. And we're going to actually talk about how to take a form and make a form into a quiz next time. So we're just going to kind of put a pin in it here, and we'll come back and look at it in more detail when we talk about quizzes. All right. Well, I hope you found this little overview of Google Forms helpful. Please like and subscribe. Leave in the comments below any questions or any suggestions for other tech tutorial videos you would like to see in the future. For more from Good Chicken Teaching Resources, you can follow us on Facebook, on Pinterest, as well as a link to our blog and our Teachers Pay Teacher pages are in the description below. Thank you.